Well, the National Breaking League, first of all, is a structured committee, or you could say an administration, where we can structurize a team play sports, but more or less, I would say, a dance sport for our community. The goal is to really increase the audience based on this new the culture that we're in right now, and be able to solidify where we can properly create the system where it's understandable for us as the breaking community or b-book community, and for the general audience.
All right, now for NBL, it's a little different when it comes to judging system because you guys actually have a point system here.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about like how that is and like what each judge is going to be looking for?
Sure, absolutely. So the judging system is based on point-to-point system from round to round. So right now we're on phase 1 of the real-time scoring system. That's what we call it, RTS. Phase 1 is based on just a manual workflow. You have 3 judges. Each judges judge from 0 to 10 points. 0 as poor and 10 as perfect. Each judge judge on the overall interaction on a solo performance. Once the judges pull out the card, it's just a regular card, pull out the card towards me, I just put it into a database, and then it reflects back into a digital scoreboard. Phase 2, we're going for digital smartphone technology, where the syncing goes directly to a database server and then backflashes to a scoreboard. So that's pretty much like the idea is why. The question is why, right? There's been a lot of issues with judging. Judging is our basketball, it's our football. This is how we determine who wins, who loses. The idea is a point-to-point is what's realistic and what makes sense in order to determine who the winner is. There's no favoritism involved. Unless of course there's a fix, but that could happen. But what I make sure that the judges are trained and they put aside their passion and philosophy, where they're coming from, aside from it, and just judge on exactly what is performed there. So, as an example, if I'm a judge A and I've been doing just foundation, right, and I don't believe in air chairs, right? I don't care if the judge doesn't believe in air chairs, but he knows how the air chairs are being done, their transitions, their execution, how the different types of air chairs there is. The whole point is to see how the air chair is being performed. That's the whole point. It's definitely gonna first increase revenue for promoters in smaller markets. It's gonna make things a lot easier and for the dancers, the b-boys and the crews to understand what's going on, and at least the answer is right there. It's not after. It's not I'm waiting, I'm gonna point. No, it's right there.
Everybody keeps bringing up basketball for some reason, so I'm gonna just go for hockey. Now, with hockey, if it's like 3-2, you got like 30 seconds left. You know exactly what to do in order to get that goal. Right. So you're saying that for this one, if there's like 50 to like 49 points, right, the other person knows, oh, I gotta step my game up, oh, I gotta do this, or I gotta do that. So basically, with this point system, you're trying to like show that like everybody knows what they have to do in order to win, pretty much.
Great point. Basically, it's strategy. This is going to change the strategy on a game if the crew gets it and tries to use the points, the scoreboard against the adversary. Obviously, we're not doing 30 seconds left, or we're not doing the time, because if you're putting up a routine, you could lag, you could drag it. So right now, phase 1, we're not using too much of the commandos and routines based on a time purpose. It's the round per round. Right now, what you're going to be seeing is 3-on-3, 2 rounds per person, which equals to 6 rounds per crew. When the 6 rounds are done, it's over, game over. Okay, the areas that the judges are looking for, and that's for phase 1 and phase 2, which is our final phase that we want to be able to do on the smartphone technology. Categories. There's going to be different categories. These categories are not built where it's permanent and that's it. B-boying is based on evolution, and we have to adapt on evolution. If new moves are coming up, new power moves are coming up, a new style is out there or something, right? That's changing the game. We will evolve. We will adapt along with it. But right now, in the meantime, it's based on components such as introduction, your foundation, aka your platform. So if you're, a power person, and that's how you grew up doing it, we're gonna judge on that foundation. Footwork, the same, etc. I know it's very controversial as based on what foundation is. This is how we're doing. Your ending, your execution, your musicality. We have a DJ, right? So we're gonna use music also. How you interpret the music, how you use the music along with this. Your combination, how your combination is performed, and other components I don't remember because it's such a crazy day right now. But that's pretty much on the category that we're trying to go. We will evolve. Each category will be defined. They will be designated. Exactly what does it mean a foundation? What does it mean an introduction for a top rocker or a footwork person? Not many people are not into top rock, but they'll just go into their flips and go into introduction. Certification. That's a key. I'm very, very based on the part. I want to be able to certify judges and be fully trained on all categories, understand the entire system before they can actually fully judge on our final product, final phase. So if someone wants to come in and wants to judge, right, you're gonna have to do a certification. You're gonna have to take classes and probably pay for an application to be certified. If you fail, then you have to take it again. I'm taking this very seriously. I don't want to be halfway there. It's got to be up to 100%. This is a proof of concept. We're finishing it up. The NBL's been created by Chris Copeland, who's the founder of it, and he created it in 2006. Came out with a great concept, a team-based committee, and then I came on board afterwards for the RTS, the real-time scoring system. The goal for the NBL is to create a dance sport committee. Now, I said dance sport. It is a sport because if we have to categorize a company, into which industry, it's a sport. But we mentioning it as a dance sport. I know people are very sensitive about this issue, but we're trying to keep it as essential as possible within our community. The goal is to be able to create professional teams representing a city and going to 8 versus 8, teams of 16, and be professionally paid like any other professional sport. That's the goal. We will differentiate a professional from an amateur, and a professional will be able to make a living off of that. That's the goal. As an example to prove that the system works and can work, you have a team A and team B, right? A blue team and a red team. And we know that the blue team, right, always been out there active, always been winning a lot of events. So obviously, as a judge, in the back of your mind, you might push towards as far as judging, pointing the winner towards, if you had to point towards the blue team. But the point system completely changes it because you're judging on solo performances. So as soon as someone comes out, you're judging. So as soon as the other person comes out, you're judging. And surprisingly, the red team can win. So that's what we want. It's got to be fair. We're taking our favoritism. We're trying to get the professional judging that we could get. So I don't know if people do agree with this as for the point system. I'm sure there's got to be some pros and some cons, and I see them, I know them. But I try to make it as perfect as possible. As fair as possible to make it understandable. And you have to understand too, from the non-b-boy community wise, if you're doing a show, right? People love to see you guys doing a performance. So why not having where people can actually understand what we're doing? See, oh, this one's winning. You know what? He needs like 4 more points. I hope he does it. I hope he does it. So we're trying to create an excitement to the general audience. That's what we're trying to do. That's the whole point. Show what we're doing. Show our art. Show our dance. Show this new game. It's awesome, man. We all live for that. It's a way of life. Well, let's share this.